It simultaneously feels like yesterday and a lifetime ago. In the best way possible, we bought Tay-Lee, our 40-foot floating first home, who promised us the world.
It's 2 years you've done to get it.
Yeah.
And you've got it, and now
the adventure really begins. We set out honestly, so naive to what the world of cruising was really about. Where's all that going, Zach?
Right in this pot.
Yeah, and what's the pot used for normally?
Washing up and everything like that, but it's metal.
Washing up?
Not washing up, but cooking.
Dear Kim and Malcolm, we're off in the morning, but we just wanted to say the biggest thank you ever for saving our day plenty of times, for being patient with our manoeuvring skills, and for being the best marina neighbours. We'll really miss you guys. We saw open oceans and glistening sand beaches, but the last 4 years have been so much more than that. We are being treated to the most epic sunset tonight. Wow. We thought we understood her promise when we first stepped aboard. Adventure, freedom, beautiful anchorages. The postcard version of sailing life. But Tay-Lee delivered something far beyond what we ever imagined possible. She didn't just show us 22 countries. It's like this one time in remote Nicaragua. I don't know, it just doesn't seem quite real. And carry us across almost 13,000 nautical miles of ocean. She taught us who we really were when everything familiar was stripped away and all we had was each other, the boat, and the endless horizon. Those early days sailing through Europe, we were still tourists in our own lives. What a sense of accomplishment. Marvelling at the novelty of it all. By the time we reached Africa's coast, we began to understand that this wasn't just a long holiday. This was a complete reimagining of how we can exist in the world. The Atlantic crossing broke us open in the most beautiful way, showing us reserves of courage and resilience we never knew we possessed. We're in the Caribbean. We're in the Caribbean. After the solitude of that ocean crossing, the Caribbean welcomed us into an entirely different world. Young cruisers from around the globe and warm, generous locals transformed quiet anchorages into vibrant social hubs. Suddenly, our floating home became the centre of sundowners and late-night conversations. We discovered that the cruising community isn't just about boats. It's about finding your people in the most unexpected places. The Dutch Caribbean showed us the underwater beauty that we had dreamt about from the shores of England. Through the dramatic coastlines from Panama to Mexico, past Costa Rica and Nicaragua, we decided... Nicaragua? How do you say it? Nicaragua.
So happy. I have no idea.
We discovered the most profound adventures happen, not in the moments of perfect sailing, but in the quiet spaces between. Fixing things that break, weathering storms together, and finding joy in the simple rhythm of wind and waves. Now, as we prepare to say goodbye to her here in Canada, we realise Tay-Lee kept a promise we didn't even know she was making. She promised to change us completely, to show us that the world is both vast beyond imagination and intimate enough to call home from a 40-foot boat. She promised to teach us that the greatest journeys aren't measured in miles, but in the depth of connection to each other, to the ocean, to the incredible community of sailors who became family along the way. Selling her feels impossible because she's not just a boat. She's been a lifeline and a saviour out when it got rough. She told us to hold on tight because it's about to get bumpy. But perhaps that's her final gift, teaching us that what we've learnt, who we've become, and the love we've discovered for this life on the water will travel with us wherever we go next. Most incredibly, as we turn this page in our story, we're beginning another. We're expecting our own little crew member. We set out to find Tay-Lee, family in Welsh, thinking it was something we needed to discover out there in the world. And then we remember hearing that the Welsh word for family is Tay-Lee, and suddenly it kind of just clicked, didn't it? We just looked at each other and we were like, Tay-Lee. And the interesting thing about the word Tay-Lee is it's actually made up of Tay, which means house, and Lee, which means of many members, and it doesn't have to be the same bloodline. It can just be a group of people who have similar interests and who've come together and have made this family. And that's exactly what that's exactly what this is, isn't it? But it turns out it was in us all along, waiting to grow as we begin our own. The boat whose name means family is saying goodbye just as our family is truly beginning. It feels like perfect timing, as if she's been preparing us all along for whatever comes next. Right, as you have all heard from the intro and seen by the title, I'm just going to say straight away that this is not going to be an easy video to make, but we're going to sit down and explain a few things because I think it will give a lot more clarity to the situation.
Yeah, so we're obviously having a baby, and the baby's due kind of at the end of the year at the moment, and for a whole bunch of reasons, in September we're actually going to be flying back to the UK to have the baby in the UK. Primarily, we've got family and friends back home, and this is our first baby, and so we want to be back with them, and we want to kind of share the joy with them and have some support in that sense back home. We also have healthcare back home, so it makes a lot more sense financially for us to be back and have the baby back there with all the kind of resources that we've got back at home. It is still our home country. We are familiar with it and we do love the UK, so it'll be nice to have the baby there. On that, we've never done this before. We've never been parents before. We don't know how parenting is going to look for us, so Sorry, there's a whole family of seals at the moment. Right here, and they're all very interested in Teak.
Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seals, and Teak's just staring at them. That's amazing.
They're going to be very distracting now.
So we are going back to the UK. We are obviously selling Tay-Lee. It's been a really tough decision because one thing we vowed from the moment we bought her was we would never let her sit in a marina or on the hard and not be used or sailed or lived on or enjoyed, because we bought her and she'd been sitting in a marina, and it's, for us, we think it's almost criminal for a boat so strong and sturdy and seaworthy and beautiful and lovely and enjoyable to be sat
not doing anything. So whilst we could haul her out here and just wait until we're ready to come back to her, it's not fair on any of the parties. So from our point of view, we just have to make the best decision. Financially, it also costs a lot to keep a boat just on the hard indefinitely. So we are going to sell her. On that as well, I think that this boat and this size of boat has been great for us, 2 guests and the cat, and I think it's been perfect for that. It's been a really good size. We wouldn't have wanted anything bigger. We had Bertie and Eleanor on the boat for a month with us, didn't we? And that was fantastic, and there's plenty of room for 4 people and all that kind of stuff, and we've had friends and family on at other points before, and it's been great, and it's a really good size for that. But with a baby on the way, with Teak getting bigger, and if we ever want to have guests again on the boat, 40 foot starts to become a little bit too small for full-time living. I think weekend stuff, it's still fantastic, and kind of shorter trips, but
yeah, you can do it for sure.
You can do it.
Whether you want to live in a 12-meter space and raise a young, energetic toddler in that space is also a decision, isn't it?
I mean, you could do it on a 30-foot space. You could do it on a smaller space than that, but you start to get to a point where it's like you're very much starting to get on top of each other. And
Yeah. I think Zach's completely said it right. So with all that in mind, we are selling her, and it has been a really, really tough decision. We have poured our blood, sweat and tears, as you've seen, into this boat for almost 4 years. She's been our first home we've ever owned together, and she has taken us, I'm going to try not to get upset, but she has taken us 22 countries, over almost 13,000 miles across 2 oceans, and really she is such a wonderful boat. And you know, it's not just our word on that. You've got the whole video proof of just how fantastic and sturdy and strong she's been, and she really has been a good boat. And people often wonder, why do you personify her so much? But until you've been in a situation where you feel like it could be,
I'm not going to say life or death because that's very dramatic, but a pretty sketchy situation. You don't realise how much a boat comes into its own and actually does keep you safe. I mean, there's been plenty of storms we've been in which if we'd been in a less sturdy boat, we might not have been as comfortable or safe.
Yeah.
So she has done us very well, and I know she'll do a future owner very well too.
Yeah, and we want her to keep sailing, obviously, like Becca said, and I think we could leave her in a marina, but we don't know how long it's going to be. We're going to leave her there, and like it starts to get a little bit complicated if we want to sell the boat after that and coming back for it, and we want to leave her in as good a condition as we can.
Yeah, and we've spent, you know, you've seen it, 4 years working on her, pouring so much time, love, and quite frankly money into her. It just takes a quick look through the listing to see everything we have put into her. Like honestly, 90% of our income for the last 4 years has just gone straight back onto her, and it's pretty obvious that actually, but that's where we're at really.
Can't say too much about what's happening kind of later on in due course because nothing is confirmed at the moment. We're hoping to confirm it on our end in the next kind of few months or so, but we don't want to tell anyone what kind of the next steps are after we have the baby at the moment because it's all up in the air at the moment. So
it is going to be huge.
We will be homeless for a little bit.
We have taken, in our minds, an entirely huge risk, but if we pull this off, it will be incredible. And so trust us on this, that what is coming next is going to be pretty insane.
Yeah.
We're very excited. If it all goes to plan, we're very excited. And you are all going to think we're bonkers. But, bonkers, I think that's a very British word. But the channel is by no means over. We have some huge plans.
Yeah, it's only just beginning.
Yeah,
really.
We've got some really exciting things, and now we're starting our family. Just trust us. Please stay subscribed if you can, and obviously if what's coming isn't your cup of tea, that's fine. But it'll be very exciting to have you here and to follow the journey, however that may look.
Just dropping in here because actually it's not quite clear, but we are still sailing at the moment. We are sailing until September. And we are heading up to Desolation Sound, and currently we are somewhere so beautiful. That footage will be coming, and we can't wait to share all the amazing sailing we've had up so far in Canada. So more sailing to come for the next few months, just letting you know.
The cat's sniffing me right now. What do I smell of? Oh, he gave me the stank face. But I think that's about the update.
It's been a very mutual decision in deciding to sell Tay-Lee and
move on to the next step.
Move on to the next kind of step after this. So yeah, stay tuned for all of that. The listing is obviously below, and if you have got any questions about it, or if you are interested in it, we've left our email address down there. There's an inquiry thing at the bottom of the page as well. The boat's obviously going to be around the Vancouver area, and we're going to do viewings in Vancouver or around that kind of area, I guess in August.
Yeah, August and really early September, but mainly end of August.
So yeah, if you are interested, please let us know. It's quite a unique boat for around here. I don't think there are any Colvik Victors in the Pacific Northwest, or maybe in the Pacific. We haven't heard of any before,
really hard.
It's definitely a unique boat for around here. So I hope the new owners are going to love her as much as we have. So
yeah, the listing's down below. Share the listing to your friends if you know of anyone looking for a really well set up offshore cruising boat, and she's perfect for this area. So
yeah, well tested after that passage up from Mexico as well, so she's very ready to go and
ready to see the world.
Set. And we'll leave a link to the boat tour video down below as well if you're interested about what the interior of the boat looks like again. So
yeah, but thanks for sticking with us, and just look forward to the next chapter with us, because trust us, it's going to be an exciting one.